The Ole Miss tennis program is filled with great history, and its future looks just as bright. With the spring season just beginning, the Rebels open a brand new indoor tennis facility. Their opponents will provide a tough test, but this Ole Miss squad isn't only looking to compete. The Rebs are here to protect home court, to send a message, to win.
Welcome back to Reb Talk. We are live here at Boo Ray on the historic Oxford Square. We encourage you to come check out Boo Ray anytime you're in Oxford. Hey, we are honored to move into some men's tennis. We've got Rebel head coach Toby Hansen. Let's give it up for Toby. Hey, Coach. How are you? Good to see you, man. Coach Hansen coached the Rebels to their 24th straight NCAA appearance last year, which marked the 5th longest consecutive appearance streak in the nation. It's coming off a huge win over Virginia, won 4-1, lost the one right before that, but bounced back and knocked off a very good Virginia team.
Obviously, you see the banners and it's intimidating, and you're looking around like, but you got to play, and I think that's what we have to do this year as well. We can't look around and see who we're playing. We just have to play tennis.
Up and coming, the Rebels are going to be at home against Cornell Friday, 2 p.m. match. Coach told me during the break that's going to be a tough one. Then Baylor on Sunday at home at 11 a.m. Both matches will be played at the new Ole Miss Indoor Tennis Center, and admission is free, of course, to all of those. Tell me about the center and what you like about it.
I like that we have 6 courts.
6 courts, yeah.
There's a lot to like about the tennis center. It's brand new, beautiful. For the spectators, for the fans, fantastic. You have great viewing of all the courts, live scoring. It's really one of the best indoor facilities in the country.
Thank you, Coach. Toby Hansen, give it up to Toby. We have some wrap-up thoughts when we come back on Reb Talk. Don't forget to catch tennis this week, February 2nd, Friday, 2 p.m., Sunday, 11 a.m. against Baylor.
We're going to pass out some schedules for the tennis season here at the Ole Miss basketball game.
And my favorite part, just shooting the t-shirts into the crowd.
This is my first rodeo at this, and I will say it's a bit awkward. I feel like I'm going door to door, handing out like a flyer, trying to sell a product or something. There we go, Rebs.
That was close.
Confidence is just getting there.
It's better now. It's better now. People show up now. They actually take it and they don't throw it away. So it's going. It's going.
I got 6 left. No, slow down.
Yeah,
Let me have one of those, man. You gonna win some?
we'll give our best every time.
No,
yeah, we will win. We'll win.
You gotta win. Be positive.
We should go.
Yeah, you should.
We'll be there.
I'll be there. Love it very much.
Yeah, come check us out, baby. You go Rebs, all right?
Rebel fans, get on your feet and catch a free t-shirt from the Oxford T-shirt Company and your Ole Miss tennis team.
All right, guys, so we'll start off, do the warm-up. Take your time in the warm-up. We will move into cross-court forehands, cross-court backhands. We'll do a couple minutes each way, intense. The main thing today is we want to keep it nice and compact, nice and short, but we want to get the intensity up and get something out of it, all right? We're on a timer. Here we go. Get the adjusting steps and get your base right so you can rip the consistency, yeah. Good, Gus. You go great. That's it, man. Especially on the slower ball, make sure you're adjusting, getting in the good position. Here we go. Man, that's it right there. That was 100 times better. This is the main thing. When you get a little frustrated with the ground strokes, you have to move more, right? So that was it. You went more intense there, and it got better, right? That's got to be the reaction, yeah? It's good stuff, man. Builds character.
It's inefficient, but yeah, you're right. It does build character. Everything good about me has been built by picking up thousands upon thousands of tennis balls.
Hey, how many hours have you spent during your life picking up tennis balls?
That's the question. I mean, that's tough. I gotta say, probably roughly 3 months of my life.
It's 10,000 hours.
It's great for the joints.
It's just never ending. Stream of balls.
I'll be the most impartial ref ever.
Thanks, ref.
No problem. Don't worry, if you hit it out, it's gonna be in anyways. I know for a fact that they cannot see that line over there. That far line that they like to overrule so much, they can't see it, because I can't see it. And I know my eyesight's pretty good.
Keeping a watchful eye over the Ole Miss tennis program is assistant coach Devin Britton. The former professional tennis player couldn't turn down the opportunity to return to where it all began for him, Mississippi and Ole Miss.
Growing up in Mississippi, the typical sports you play are football, basketball, baseball. So, from an early age, people were kind of looking at me funny, like, what kind of sport is this guy playing? But no, I spent all the time that I could possibly spend on it. I was out there all day, every day. I was probably the best player in Mississippi when I was, 13 or 14 years old. There wasn't a massive pool of competition here. So that's kind of when I decided to go down to Florida and to IMG academies, Bollettieri's, and try to continue to build on my game, the base that I developed here in Mississippi.
Despite making great strides at IMG Academy, Britton wanted to further his development. And when it came time to choose a college, it was an easy decision to make.
I had been an Ole Miss fan, since I was, 5 years old, or, since I can remember. My dad went to school here, and, for me, when I knew I was going to school, I knew it was Ole Miss. I mean, there was really no other option for me. And a lot of other coaches had some issues with that. They didn't like to hear that, but I knew Coach Chadwick and Toby had a heck of a program here.
Devin was always on our radar. Obviously, he was, if not the top-ranked American, he was certainly one of the top 2, 3. It was just a matter of getting his interest and getting him on campus.
And I'd been away from my family in Florida to kind of get back close to home. I was pretty excited at that prospect.
To say Britton felt right at home would be an understatement. In his first and only season as a Rebel, it would be one for the record books.
Well, it happened fast, and I think looking back, it happened really fast. It was basically 4 months of just nonstop action, and I think I shocked some people with the success that I had in that first semester. I shocked myself. I didn't see that coming, and it was just one of those things that was really special.
What I remember from those days were excitement, joy. I mean, every match we played at home, we had, it felt like we had just 1,000 people there, which we probably did. And obviously, us being ranked as high as, number 2 in the country, we were on a streak there. I think we went 11-0 or 12-0 or something in the SEC. And yeah, just an unbelievable year, a great atmosphere. And what was really standing out was how well he fit into the team.
In the 2009 season, Ole Miss would go on to win its 5th SEC championship, 3rd SEC tournament championship, and make the Elite 8 in the NCAA tournament. Britton became the first freshman in program history to earn All-American honors. He would win the NCAA singles title, and at the age of 18, became the youngest ever to do so, breaking the record held by John McEnroe.
It was just for me to be representing Mississippi, Ole Miss, and to be kind of on the biggest stage of college tennis and to be successful. That was, I was very proud. I was proud of myself, and it's probably my greatest memory to date is playing here for Ole Miss and being a part of that team that I was a part of.
After one season at Ole Miss, Britton went pro. He had a wild card entry to the U.S. Open, and when he found out who he would be playing, he literally could not believe it.
Well, I remember I was on the bicycle in the gym, and I was kind of just getting the warm-up in, getting ready to go practice, and one of my buddies came up to me. He's like, "You're playing Federer," and I'm like, "It's funny, man, whatever, I'll talk to you later." And it turns out I did, that he wasn't kidding, and I was like, "Yeah, okay." So then, all of a sudden it starts to hit you, okay, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna play on the center court, Arthur Ashe Stadium, and I'm gonna play against the best player in the world. And from that point on, I think I stopped breathing there for a couple of days, getting ready for it.
Obviously, when the draw came out, I think it, at first, obviously, it was like, wow, I'm playing Roger, and that's going to be a tough task. But at the same time, I said, what a great opportunity and something that you will remember for the rest of your life, and it really turned out to be that way.
Well, that is some way to break Federer's serve. Out of nowhere, the 18-year-old breaks Federer.
It was incredible. I remember walking on the court, and I'm just saying to myself, please don't trip over anything. And that level of adrenaline was like nothing I'd ever felt. I mean, I looked up in the crowd, and it was like just a sea of people, I remember in the warm-up, the first ball that I hit, I think I hit like 35 feet, long, because I was just so jacked up and ready to go. But yeah, it was incredible. Just shaking his hand at the end of the match was pretty special.
Well, I'm sure it's been a wonderful occasion for Devin Britton to be a part of, particularly as he managed to be as competitive as that in that third set.
Britton embarked on a 4-year pro career, but grueling travel and a few nagging injuries convinced him it was time for a break. A return home to Mississippi and Ole Miss seemed like the perfect next step.
Well, part of coming back to get my degree, I was the student assistant coach. And first of all, it's just a heck of an opportunity. I'm extremely thankful to Coach Chadwick and Toby and Lynette as well for allowing me that opportunity to come back. I didn't want to leave tennis, I really didn't, and that's kind of my passion. That's always been my passion. And 3 years of being a student assistant, only just kind of gave me some time to really realize that and to learn along the way, kind of what all goes into the coaching side.
Serve, Gus!
Keep killing them with positivity, huh? Like that deuce point, miss a first serve, and you say, come on. That stuff makes a big difference.
Too tough, Bill! Come on, boy!
He knows us on a personal level that some coaches might not know their players because of the way that we started out in our relationship. And so, when he's on my court, I feel like I'm talking to him like a friend and not so much as a coach.
The guy's NCAA champion. I mean, just him being there, sitting next to you, and he's feeling comfortable about you. I'm playing my game, and he just comes to me and be like, just keep working, man, this is incredible. I feel awesome when he tells us.
You can do it, huh? You can do it, right?
Once I go for it, I miss. Once I play with
Let me hear you say it.
Yeah, I can do it.
Right?
Yeah.
Huh? Let's be strong here, man. Be strong, huh? This one right now. Defense to offense, all right? When you're way back in the court, you hit a good deep ball, you earn a short ball. How fast can you get up to that ball? How much court can you take? Great move there, great move. This next one, he's thinking about it. Yeah. Doesn't even matter if you make it or not. You're putting pressure on him. That's what I like.
He also tries to be super humble, and a lot of guys never get to achieve what he did. Play on a big stage like that. But Devin, he's sometimes almost shy, to talk about it.
You really kind of have to get to know him and get in the right position, the right day where he feels like he wants to talk about it. The topics will come up about, he played Federer and he won a national championship, and you'll start talking to him and just realize the depth to which he knows about the game. So when he tells you something, you don't just brush it off. Everything he says, you're gonna listen to and you're gonna think about it, because this is a guy who has done it.
Whatever he says, we know he knows what he's talking about, obviously. He's been the top level singles player and doubles player, so whatever he says, we know that has some weight to it, you know.
I think it comes down to trust, you know, and I trust Devin, and like what he says, I'm listening, you know, like, and then we can like talk about it, and you know, like kind of, yeah. I mean, I really like when he like communicating with me, and it feels good, you know.
On the way to work, every day, I'm thinking to myself, you know, this is crazy. I'm here. I just love it. I do. I mean, Ole Miss has kind of been my dream since I was a kid, and Oxford, you know, what better city to be in, and the game of tennis that's been my life since I'm 5. So I feel like I've hit a home run. It's kind of the trifecta there, and just extremely happy to be here, and excited to help grow the program.
Opening weekend is here. With a matchup against number 9 Baylor looming on Sunday, the Rebels must first take care of business on Friday. Their opponent, the Cornell Big Red.
It was a little bit of a scary match, you know, and you know, maybe doesn't have the name recognition as a Baylor or a Virginia or something like that.
We knew that they were going to be a solid team. We knew they were a solid team last year, and I think we actually did a really good job of, you know, we weren't even thinking about Baylor. Going into the weekend, you know, we were thinking about Cornell for the 3 days before the match.
All right, guys. Hey, listen. We're playing at home. This is on. It's game time. Let's stick to the basics. Let's go after your serves. Let's attack them at the net. Let's play our game. This is our home, all right? Let's take care of business today. Here we go.
Rebel tennis is known for its success in doubles. However, early on, the Big Red proved they were indeed a big threat.
We were actually focusing on getting a lot of energy, but it didn't really happen.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of nerves showing, honestly, and it was, you know, these doubles sets happen so fast that we've started off slow on 1 or 2 courts, and it really, you don't have time for that.
1 point, all right? Each one of you guys can win your singles point, okay? Look up there, all right? We got a great crowd and they're starting to trickle in. Let's use that to our advantage. We got to bring them into the calculation now, all right? We have to use that. I mean, they're here for you guys. Let's give them something to cheer for, okay? Let's get up on your toes instead. We're a little bit on our heels. Let's go on our toes, okay? Let's get upbeat. Let's fire this thing on, man. Let's go. You can come back now. Let's go, boys.
Reps on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Reps! Let's fight, guys. Come on, come on.
With the doubles point gone, Coach Hansen's call for energy was heard and met by senior captain Zvonimir Babic, who would steady the Rebs in his singles match.
I knew the guy from Cornell is really good, so in order to beat him, I would have to play my best tennis. And after losing the doubles point, you know, I just said, let's go, let's do it. Let's do this today. I gotta step up, because I mean, if I don't win, probably we don't win, or anybody else.
Zvonimir is up 5-0, man. Let's keep this rolling, man. We got some momentum here in the first sets.
Z, it's a senior year. I felt like when we had a little talk in between doubles and singles, I told them a couple of encouraging words, and they really responded well and leading the way. You know, Zvonimir really picked this game up.
I'm just really proud of him. He's seen a lot of adversity over the years through injuries and things like that, and it's been an impressive reaction.
That's it, Seaman! Here we go, Reps!
It was a huge match for the team to see him get off the court that quickly and get us back on the board. We needed that point on the board, and I think that kind of just opened up everything for us, and we started playing free and with confidence. So that was huge.
That confidence would trickle from court 3 to court 2 as Tim Sandcullen quickly took hold of his match.
You gotta make him keep moving side to side. I mean, you're pressuring him, you're the one dictating the points. He has to defend. You know what I'm saying? You're on the baseline. He's, you know, 8-9 feet behind the baseline, and that's what the way we want it. The more times you can put the ball in play in his serve, you know, he's feeling pressure from that. You know, it's not like you don't have to go big on the return.
You always have to push yourself. You always have to tell yourself to move forward and not hold back, and that's
yeah, that's what I did. Like after the second set, because I knew if I don't change my game now, I'm gonna lose it. And I mean, it was close. Like if I lose that match, maybe the team loses, and that's what's so hard about college tennis. Like you're not playing for yourself, you play for the team, and that's extra pressure, but extra motivation as well.
So just keep making him work all the time. You know what to do. I don't need to talk to you anymore. You got this, man.
With wins on court 3 and 2. And Fabian Vollert taking care of business on court 5. Two matches remained, with the Revs only needing one more win.
Obviously, I try to, keep my mind on my own match, and it's its own separate, in my own bubble. So I feel like I performed really well under that, specific pressure, and felt good about how I performed when it got down to the wire.
I mean, Gray is the type of guy that when the crowd goes into the match and they're yelling at him, he's incredible. He starts playing so much better. I mean, he's on a different level.
It's really just a matter of staying composed out there. I mean, Gray is really a guy that's been there before, and he knows how to battle in those situations. And everybody is looking around kind of, and I think it's important that you have a guy like Gray out there, and you know he's going to just compete as hard as he possibly can.
Got this, Hamilton.
Whenever it gets tight, I kind of take a step back and just enjoy the moment. And so I, looked up. We had a great crowd, which, we were so thankful. I was so thankful to have all the people there supporting, everybody who kind of gathered down towards my court. And I just reminded myself to enjoy the moment. And, knowing that I'm a senior, that's what made it a little bit different, knowing that could be one of my last, 3 or 4 chances to have a moment like that.
Patience. Gives him less speed and he has problems.
6 out of 10 ball speed.
You gotta hit the right. He's gotta just hit the right ball there, But that's the game plan.
At 40-30, leading the third set 6-5, the right ball is all that stood between Hamilton and an Ole Miss win.
Here we go, Revs!
I had a feeling when the third set started, and everybody was going into third sets. I knew it was going to be one of those, kind of barn burners where it comes down to the last 1 or 2 courts, and you kind of really got to lock in. I got down an early break, but I used the energy of the crowd, which was amazing. So many awesome fans here, and just the help of my teammates, and was able to get back in it.
Tough start. We were on our heels, and we were on our toes in singles. I mean, it was that simple. You look across the board, we got off to a great start in singles. Zvonimir leading us off. Captain, way to step it up, man. That was big time. No, I'm telling you, that was, guys, I mean, that was a huge match for us. That was a key match to get on the scoreboard 1-all. And after that, I felt really good about this. I felt good all across the board from 1 to 6. We could win all of those matches, we delivered. Even though we lost a couple of second sets, we fought back in a couple of second sets, made a third set. It's all about hanging around, right? But a great way to finish this match. Well done.
Picked up the energy.
Good job, guys. Awesome.
Revs on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Revs.
We talked about it yesterday. What we have to do today in doubles. Okay? We have to bring the energy, the intensity, bring the crowd into it. We got to get it going today. We have to get it going today. I want to see that improvement. Let's go.
The Rebels had learned their lesson against Cornell and came out with a renewed energy against the number 9 Baylor Bears.
Against a top 10 team like Baylor that is as deep as they are on the singles court, the odds of winning a match when you lose a doubles point are very, very low against a top 10 team, no matter how good you are. We're all also very conscious of it, that if we didn't come out fired up, ready to go with a lot of energy and try to use the crowd and use the home court advantage, then we had a really small chance of winning the match.
Well, it's a big confidence to have the team in doubles that we have. Obviously, looking at the court next to you and you see Fabi and team playing incredible, me and Gus playing awesome, you see Gray and Philip, incredible doubles players. It gives us a lot of confidence. And you know, when you win a doubles point, I think we're pretty much set to win that match.
Ole Miss would make quick work in securing the doubles point. And in so doing, the duo of Fabian Follert and Tim Sandkullen knocked off the number 2 ranked doubles pairing in the nation.
You know, I've been waiting for that moment for 1.5 years now. Before college, I thought that I was going to play with him, but I mean, we just did what was best for the team. So, but I always hoped that I was going to play with him at some point. And yeah, you can tell like the chemistry is still there. I mean, we played for 2.5 years together, and we had huge success like on the junior tour.
I feel like for both of us it's pretty special, especially, you know, when he was about to decide to come here to Ole Miss. We were both looking forward to play doubles together since we had so much success in the juniors, and now, you know, it's finally happening, and we're both, you know, super pumped. And I mean, I think you can see that you know, the chemistry is pretty good between us. He's more like ice, I'm more like fire.
Listen to me. Hey, let's keep the momentum going. Yesterday we were up on our toes in singles. That's what I want to see here from the get-go. There's no stopping. We got to keep it rolling here, guys. All right? Let's bring
Let's
it.
Get it, boys.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3,
With momentum favoring the Rebs, Baylor would prove worthy of their top 10 ranking, eventually taking the lead in singles 3-2, leaving Ole Miss needing wins on the final 2 courts. With Fabian Follert ahead in the second set, it seemed he had leveled the overall score at 3-3, but his win was not set in stone just yet.
I wanted him to win so bad, and once he hit that big serve, and it was done. Like, we started to run towards him, and then the ref and the other guy will have some different call or whatever, and we were like, this is not good.
In a situation like that where he felt like he won the match with the ace at 6-5, I believe, to win the match, you know, that's a tough moment. You know, he hits that serve, guy's return goes out, and all of a sudden, you know, he yells, come on, he releases that energy, and that feeling, you know, you finally release the tension. And then to have to step back and say, okay, it's not over. I have to get that tension back. I got to get hyped up again and stay focused, stay calm, and win this match again. You know, it's honestly difficult to understand if you haven't been in that position.
It was a big roller coaster of emotions because like all the pressure falls off of you and you think you got it done after, you know, so many match points you didn't actually use, and then the pressure is falling off, and then, you know, you get overturned and you're like, okay, right back at it again.
But then he resettled in the tiebreaker after having lost that point in that game. He did an unbelievable job of coming back, you know, numerous times that match, and showed some real mental strength to close the match out in the break. It was unbelievable to watch, really was.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Come on, Rebs.
With the match now tied at 3-3, all eyes turned to Court 1, where the Iceman, Gustav Hansen, had taken center stage. Unfortunately for the Bears, the Rebels knew this match was as good as theirs.
When Fabi won and it was 3-all, I hesitate to say I thought that the match was already over, but, you know, I have literally an unlimited amount of faith in Gus when he's on the court, especially when it comes down to a third set in a situation like that. There's not a single player in the country, not one that I would put on the court other than Gus.
The guy did that so many times for Ole Miss in his career that I don't know if anybody in the country clinched that many times when it's 3-3. The guy truly has ice in his veins.
if I had to pick one of my teammates to play the last match on 3-3, I would always pick Gus.
I mean, he really is kind of the silent assassin. I mean, you just kind of just need to sit back and just let him do his thing.
Come on, Gus!
I'm pretty much like, I wouldn't say I'm changed, like, you know, like from the first set like to the third, I'm pretty much the same, like kind of. Obviously, like, yeah, I won the first set good. Second set didn't go as good as well, but third set I played really well and I got help from the crowd, I gotta say that. And obviously I love those situations.
With a big lead and match point on the line, the Iceman stepped forward to clinch it for Ole Miss.
Just, he can't handle him. Third set, he can't win any match against you, man. Nobody. Yes, third set's yours! Come on!
I think these two wins means a lot for the whole team, and it's like, yeah, me as well, you know, like it's a new year and we have like great opportunities especially, and it's just like kind of like, you know, like a boost for our confidence, you know.
This pretty much gives us the confidence that when we step out on the court against anybody in the country, we have a chance to win.
Unreal match today. What a college match. I mean, you guys. I mean, the thing was that we came out early and jumped on them in doubles. We had the energy that we wanted to, and we did exactly what we talked about in doubles. And we came out in singles, and we were up on our toes, and we were going after it. And we were actually physically and mentally outcompeting. And that made the difference today. It was that simple. And Gus, I think I've seen that before.
Deja vu,
It's like a deja vu feeling. Crazy experience. He put on his running shoes again. It's just a thing of beauty. Congrats, man. Congrats, everybody. Unbelievable win.
Great job, boys.
Sick job, guys.
Great job, boys. Look at this German warrior. It's a panzer tank.
It knows like the area of the court and stuff. Is he like a Zumba?
It's a senior size stack. That was a serious voice crack.
I mean, you got to build a connection, you know, so that... Oh, never mind. Just cut that off. Cut that off, man.
Sorry about that. You can now tell Devin and Toby, camera evidence, I did give out a schedule.